Hi guys, and welcome to Bright Lights Fireside Chat. We're here today to bring you some exciting news about our fall 2022 semester. But first, before we get to that, let me introduce who these lovely ladies are. So first off, I'm McKenna Carr. I am staff here at Bright Lights and officially one of the directors for 2022 school year.
She's amazing.
True. This is Miss Megan Carr. She's one of the executive directors here at Bright Lights, also one of the incredible directors for this upcoming school year. And last but certainly not least, we have Miss Lauren Henserling, who is also an executive director. These two ladies are incredible people to work with and work for, and we are so excited for what is coming, and we're excited to tell you all about it. At the very end of this video, we will be announcing the small scale production, which we'll be telling you about during this video, but we'll announce that at the end, so watch the video because you're going to learn so much information and it's going to be lovely. So to start off, we are offering two different options this fall as far as programs go. So we have a masterclass and we have a small scale musical production, and Miss Lauren and Miss Megan are going to tell you a little bit more about what those are going to look like.
Yeah, so our masterclass is available to students 1st through 6th grade. That looks a lot more like a class than it does jumping into like telling a full story, where me and Miss McKenna will be teaching skills and different aspects of theater as your students perform and work on different scenes and songs from shows that have a headed out west theme. So like westward expansion, pioneering kind of shows such as Annie Get Your Gun, Oklahoma, Big River, Calamity Jane, all those different kinds of shows. And so shows that we sometimes, like, we probably would never do the full thing, but this is a great opportunity for your younger students to be exposed to new and fun music, as well as scene work that they will have ample opportunity to shine within. There's no auditions for the masterclass. They will just jump right in and be assigned opportunities to grow and be stretched as they learn new skills. Secondly, we have our small scale production that is available to 4th through 12th grade. If you've been following along on your Bright Lights journey, then you know that our original intent was to do our very first biblically based character study musical based on the life of Mary, the mother of Jesus. However, we've decided to pivot, and Megan is going to tell you a little bit about why.
Okay, so we are still very excited about the life of Mary.
Absolutely.
We feel that because of the content that takes place in Mary's life and in the Bible in general, it just calls for a more mature student base than we currently have. So while it's something that we absolutely want to do in the future and we absolutely will do in the future, it's just something that is better in the future and maybe not presently. That's not to say that these kids that have already signed up couldn't handle it, because we know them and they totally could. It's just we think that everybody's experience could be more enriched if we let it sit for a little bit, make sure that whatever is produced is the most glorifying thing that we can produce, because it is dealing with the actual story of Jesus's life and birth and his mother and all of that. We're wanting that to kind of develop a little bit more as far as writing of the script goes, and as far as getting the kiddos to be able to, in the student base, to do it. So while we're so excited for it, we're also excited to kind of pivot a little bit, that we feel this pivot might feel a little bit more organic to our families who are already involved, and our students who are already involved in our programming currently. So that's kind of a little insight as to why we're pivoting just a little bit.
So still be so excited. That is coming in the future if you were looking forward to it this fall, as we were looking forward to it this fall, but it's coming. Just give us a couple years. Wonderful. Okay, so there's a masterclass and a small scale production. Can you help explain what the differences between those two options are going to be for our kiddos and what that's going to look like experience-wise for them? Similarities, differences, whatever desires.
Masterclass?
Yeah, sure.
Go for it.
So they definitely, between the two of them, so if you're picturing you've got your 3 options between a masterclass, camp's also thrown in there. Camp, masterclass, small scale production, large scale production. So picturing Annie, which we intend to do next spring, that would be considered large scale production. Big dance numbers, ensemble led, lots of sets, major costumes. And so we're building to that. So we're really excited about that. But as far as similarities between a masterclass and a small scale production, what your students can expect this fall is really intentional one-on-one feedback, encouragement, criticisms from the directors, no matter which one of those 2 programs they're involved in. Because a small scale production has less students, there will just be a lot of opportunities for the 3 of us to pour directly into your student, so that they can grow and learn through this process. Now, differences. Masterclass is very much so like a class-based system. So me and Miss McKenna will be heading up that program, and the beginning of every week in that class is going to be spent in class. Basically, we'll be teaching different skills. We'll be learning different theatrical skills, from how to use your body well, what are these words that your director is using and what do they mean, also like stage directions and what are the different parts of the stage called, so that when a director in the future asks them to go somewhere or do something, they're well prepared to step into a full production and not be completely lost. And so we'll be teaching a lot of those skills, a lot of vocal training and acting training specifically. There will be some dance, but we'll be heavily focused on growing and stretching their vocal and acting abilities, as they will all get a chance to be very front and center at some point during the showcase that they will be building towards at the end of the semester, which will be free and available for friends and family to come see, which is an excellent opportunity for them to step into a kind of low risk space, just like camp, step into a low risk space and be confident in that before stepping into something like a production where there's strangers watching them and coming and paying to see them be excellent. So
yes. So that is kind of leads us into what is the difference between a large scale and a small scale. Well, it really just is the size of the cast, and really what propels the story forward. Is it the fancy dance numbers with 60 people kicking in the same speed, the spectacle of it all, versus the more story driven, character driven acting choices that the kids are making. That second option is what our fall small scale musical is going to be more like. If you were a part of or attended really either of our shows last year, that being Junie B. Jones and Around the World in 8 Plays, those what we would consider are smaller scale productions. Everybody had a part, everybody was essential, which is true in every show. But meaning like everybody had a line that wanted one. Everybody had played, as there were people playing multiple parts. It was a little bit more involved than a show in which a large scale production, you could be cast as an ensemble member, which means you might not have a line, you might not have a solo, but you still get to participate in the show as a whole as a specific character, where you get to do, maybe you're more of an advanced dancer, that type of situation. So hopefully that gives a little bit of distinction between what we would consider a smaller scale production and a larger scale production. Now our smaller scale productions are more targeted in age range for that specific purpose, right? So our bigger scale productions have a bigger range of children, because 1st through 12th grade for Annie is a large pool of people to choose from, and that is so exciting. The smaller scale musicals tend to be a little bit more limited as far as ages go, which is why it's 4th grade through 12th grade, because we want to limit the number of kiddos, not because we want to limit the number of kiddos, but because we want those that sign up to get really individualized attention, even in this theatrical musical experience. The hope is that while the masterclass prepares maybe the younger students for being in something like Annie or like camp, that the masterclass has prepared the older students to be able to actually put into practice. And it's a lot of it will be like, if you don't know stage directions, that is okay. It is a small enough environment that we can pause and we can go over breathing techniques. We can go over what stage directions are. We can teach as we direct, whereas on a larger scale production, there are more people, and so that becomes a little bit more of a challenge, because we can't stop for every 10 questions that we have if there are 60 kids versus if there are, 15. We could answer all their questions, so I hope that's helpful.
So if your kiddo is excited to jump into Annie, and this would be their first production ever to do, we would love to have them, but it may benefit them to jump into the masterclass this fall and learn a lot of those terms, a lot of those skills, in order for them to be prepared to step into something so large scale that it's pretty fast paced. So that's just maybe a helpful note on that.
Totally.
Yes.
You guys, I'm so excited for both of these classes. And I mean, the opportunities, I'm like, I wish I could be a kid and go back and come to Bright Lights because it's going to be so much fun. Do we want to announce?
Well, one note, financially.
Yes.
There's a difference financially.
Yes.
Just a note about finances.
Yes.
Masterclass
is $200 per student. That will pay for all of the supplies that they will need for the semester. So $200 per student for the masterclass.
About $350 for the production. Because we have to, when we do a masterclass, we don't have to buy the rights for those plays because it's just for educational purposes and we're not selling tickets. The thing with either large or small scale productions is we have to buy the rights, which can be thousands of dollars depending on the show. So that is a really big reason why that price is a little bit more. Also, there's actual costuming and actual sets, and there's more financially that goes into putting on that. But the main reason is the rights that we have to purchase in order to sell tickets to the general public for them to come and see your kids shine on stage. So we are excited. But I also wanted to note, sorry, I keep interrupting.
Great.
But also wanted to note that if finances are something that might be a hindrance, might be something that concerns you, please reach out to us. If you're a student watching this and you really want to do it, but you're not sure if the finances are there, reach out to us. If you are a parent and you're not sure if the finances are there, reach out to us. We have people who donate to Bright Lights for the purpose of having scholarships and being able to allow those kiddos who, maybe it's not in the budget for this year, but we would love for it to be in the budget. And they and our wonderful donors have donated so that your kids can experience no matter the financial situation at home. So
absolutely.
A plug to reach out to us if you are interested in a scholarship. We are more than happy. We would rather we want your kid to come. So anyways, just say that.
Okay, I actually did think of one more thing.
Okay.
Masterclass is on Monday evenings in the fall, and then Tuesdays and potentially some added Thursdays for the small scale production, but primarily Tuesday evenings. So if you're looking at scheduling, I believe we already have dates set for 4 performances, so we'll get those out to you as well.
So 4:30 to 6:30 for the masterclass on Mondays. Starting after Labor Day in September, and then 4:30 to 6:30 on Tuesdays and some Thursdays
and some Saturdays. 9 to 12 on some Saturdays.
For the small scale production, which is Frog and Toad, the musical. So if you don't know anything about Frog and Toad, it's cute. So cute.
Darling.
It has the opportunity for us to challenge your older students musically and with the choreography. It's adorable and it's perfect for pre-K and elementary school families to come and see it. So that means everybody can be involved. All of our families can be involved in this in some form or fashion. And so we're really, really excited about it.
Yeah.
The Broadway recording is on Spotify. So if you want to hop on Spotify and listen to the music, it's so very much fun. So
it's going to be a lot of fun dancing. It's going to be so fun, and it's going to be a great way. Please encourage your kids. Like, it is a fun thing to be able to be an older person telling a story to little kids that resonates with them so well, and that they probably potentially already love. And so that's going to be so sweet, and it will be challenging. There's a lot of challenging harmonies, so we are excited to challenge your kids in that way to be masterful storytellers, because you're not a masterful storyteller if you can't tell a story to a 4-year-old. So,
and
you
have
know,
them believe
it's
it.
great.
Like, they
And
can
believe
be
it.
bought in. So, well, as always, our goal is to create masterful storytellers who shine the bright light of Christ to a dark and broken industry. And thank you guys for coming on this journey with us to allow your kids to trust us with them, to help build them up to be able to tell these stories that are so much fun. And we, like I said, we are so giddy. It's not even funny. Like, we're so excited. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And we'll see y'all next time.
Yeah. Bye.